Coming up on Cedar Valley today, we'll take a look at an exhibit in the Grout Museum about Iowans in the Vietnam War.
And many Wartburg students are finding new ways to travel across campus.
Plus, we'll look at some wacky weather in the Midwest. This is Cedar Valley Today.
Welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Melissa Kozak.
And I'm Michael Benson.
For many museums, history can sometimes bury the individual stories of the people involved.
But at the Grout Museum's Vietnam War exhibit, just the opposite is true. Christina Alexander gives us an exclusive tour.
The 365 and counting Iowans in the Vietnam War exhibition at the Sullivan Brothers Museum in Waterloo is in full swing. The exhibition, which opened in July this year, has been seeing many more visitors during Veterans Week. Chris Shackleworth, research and programming assistant at the Grout Museum, says the exhibition focuses on the human aspect.
We're not a war museum, we're a veterans museum, so we focus on the stories of individuals who have served.
And one of those stories is Norbert Podolsky.
Tried to pay homage a lot to the 866 Iowans who were killed during the war. His wife brought in a lot of personal letters that he had written her during his time in the Air Force serving in Vietnam.
Podolsky was in Vietnam for 365 days and kept a very close correspondence with his wife.
It was quite sad reading his last letter to her. It was 3 days prior to his opportunity to return to the United States, and he's talking about all these other planes that during the monsoon season kept crashing into mountains. Unfortunately, that was his demise within the next day of writing this letter. And so she receives this letter expecting him to return any day. And unfortunately, it's a military chaplain who has to bring that news.
However, they didn't want the exhibit to focus just on the soldiers who have found their way home.
We recently featured the 25 Iowans whose remains were unrecovered. They were missing in action. They are presumed killed at this point, but without a body returned, those families never had a true closure.
And the museum has an interesting way of helping people find information on their loved ones who were in the Vietnam War.
So you can go by city, county, service, or the date of death. You can select one at random. Maybe you may recognize the individual. It gives their basic biographical information, date of birth, date of death.
The exhibit has been open since July and will be open until next July, coinciding with the 365 days the American veterans have spent in Vietnam 40 years ago. Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, this is Christina Alexander.
With the presidential election now less than a year away, the Iowa caucus is on many candidates' minds. Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, and Marco Rubio, were all Republican presidential candidates, were in Iowa on Wednesday speaking about various topics. Bush had comments about fixing the Veterans Administration in Waukee. Christie had comments about not being invited to Tuesday's debate for Bettendorf, and Rubio talked about why he's running for president in Davenport.
With technology changing, the way students are getting into class is changing as well.
These days, getting to class or anywhere else on campus has not only become easier for some students, but also fun and exciting. The new mini hoverboards have become a common sight on the Wartburg campus, especially for students trying to get to their classes much faster. These highly sought-after devices have an estimated speed of about 12 miles per hour and have become a better alternative to the regular skateboard. However, the big question is it legal to ride these mini hoverboards on campus?
Looking at the parking regulations as they stand now, there would be legitimate means of transportation on campus. I have a few safety concerns. If somebody falls off and gets hurt, you can have skateboards on campus. People do rollerblades. Unless a safety concern comes up, they're legitimate to be used on campus.
Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, my name is Kazamu Kasonso.
Next, we'll take a look at what's trending on your social media.
As Warburg alumni, we're proud to support Knights Athletics. And as First National Bank employees, we're here to serve you first.
Now let's take a look at the top posts in the Cedar Valley. The Gridiron Heroes organization is screening its documentary in Cedar Falls. The film, also called Gridiron Heroes, aims to raise awareness about spinal cord injuries in high school football teams. The film will premiere at the Oster Regent Theater on December 15th at 6 p.m. Wartburg College is recognizing recent graduates' achievements by presenting outstanding nominees with the Young Alumni Award. There have been 4 recipients thus far. Nominations can still be submitted up until Sunday, and more details can be found on Wartburg College's Facebook page. Wartburg Wrestling tweeted that the 2003 NCAA championship team will be inducted into the Glen Brand Wrestling Hall of Fame on June 11th, 2016. Congratulations to a well-deserving team. Next, we'll take a look at some weird weather across the Midwest.
You live in the fast lane. We get that. Nothing can slow you down, not even managing your finances. Stay on the move with Farmer State Bank's mobile app. Deposit checks and transfer money quickly and securely. Farmer State Bank. Ready for the app? Visit us online today.
The Midwest has been experiencing some severe weather lately, including tornadoes, blizzards, and wildfires. Iowa experienced severe storms across the state on Wednesday.
Numerous counties in Iowa saw high winds and tornadoes yesterday.
High winds caused a lot of damage across the state, including downed power lines and branches, as well as overturned trailers. Roof damage was also a common sight. Spotters confirmed several funnel clouds, unusual to November weather, but it is unknown if the damage was from tornadoes or just the wind. Iowa remains under many wind advisories until late Thursday.
Now a look at Bremer County last night. This is footage taken from the Waverly City camera. Bremer County got around 1.5 inches of rain last night with severe winds that are still blowing. A blizzard warning was in effect for several Kansas counties as a fast-moving storm hit the state on Wednesday. This was the scene yesterday morning in Sherman County in northwest Kansas. The National Weather Service said snow and high winds created zero visibility situations in the region. Up to 5 inches of snow was expected in parts of Kansas. Several Kansas school districts canceled classes Wednesday morning due to the weather.
Several crews in Oklahoma were battling wildfires in Nowata, Osage, and Washington County areas Wednesday. The wildfire detected in Nowata County Wednesday prompted authorities to encourage citizens in Lenape and Delaware County to evacuate. The fires caused power outages for thousands of people Wednesday evening. The Washington County Emergency Management Director said he didn't believe any structures were burned. Now let's take a quick look at the weather headed your way today.
When was the last time you got hyped up about your checking account? It's easy at State Bank. With Hype Checking, you can earn up to 2.04% APY on balances up to $25,000. Plus, get a free debit card with unlimited transactions, reimbursement up to $15 in ATM fees per cycle, free online banking, mobile banking, bill pay, and more. Get hyped up at State Bank with checking that earns you more. Open yours today. State Bank. Community-minded, customer-focused. Member FDIC.
Whether you live in an older home or you're building a new one.
There are always ways to save energy and money.
And Mid-American Energy can help.
I needed better insulation. With Mid-American Energy, I got a $1,000 rebate, and I cut my energy bills by 50%.
With Summer Saver, Mid-American Energy pays us to control our AC.
And with all the programs we've used,
we're able to save money now
and be energy efficient for years to come.
The power's in your hands with Mid-American Energy.
About 5,000 children are in foster care just here in Iowa with few foster parents. This being said, those foster parents are always running and giving the best lives to the kids that they can. One organization in Northeast Iowa is trying to give those parents a break. Joining me now is Nancy Magnell, who is the project coordinator for the Certified Respite Program, part of the Iowa Foster and Adoptive Parents Association. Thank you for joining me, Nancy.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So can you just tell me, what is the Respite Program?
The Respite Program allows foster parents to have a trained, certified person come into their home and care for the foster children for short periods of time, from a few hours up to a few days during times that they need to be gone from home. Also provides them with a break from the challenges of caring for the foster children 24/7.
Now, you guys did express that you guys needed more volunteers.
We do. We actually are always looking for more volunteers who might be willing to be respite providers, to go to the homes and care for the children. Many people are interested in foster care, but don't either have the living space that they could take foster children into their own home, or for whatever reasons it's not possible for them to become a licensed foster parent. But this would give them the opportunity to help out the foster care system, become a mentor and a role model in foster children's lives without having to take that step of being a foster parent themselves.
Wow, that sounds incredible. So who can volunteer?
Basically anyone can volunteer that wants to. They need to be 19 years old at the time they apply to be a respite provider, and 20 years old before they can actually provide respite for the foster children. But other than that, they have to pass a criminal background check. They have to complete some training that we will provide for them, and then they would be good to go.
All right, and now I understand Wartburg Social Work Department has played a big role in this project.
They actually have. They've been a huge, important part of our respite program. Dr. Tammy Fox from the Social Work Department was in on the program from the beginning. She helped us design the program. And the very important role they continue to play is that the Wartburg Junior Social Work majors actually do the background studies of the potential respite providers. After we provide the training, the respite providers have to be studied, if you will. The social work majors do an extensive interview with them. They do reference checks, and then they determine whether they feel the applicants would be an appropriate candidate to provide respite care. They write a long report, which is provided to DHS, which DHS ultimately makes the decision. But this is the type of professional social work that normally the students would not have the opportunity to do until they actually went out into the field. And this gives them opportunity to do something real life while they're still here in college. Our program would not be able to function if we didn't have them doing those background studies for us.
And how is it beneficial to the foster children?
Well, normally a child would have to leave the foster home and go to another licensed foster home if the family needed to be gone for a while. That's the only way that currently respite can be provided, other than through our program, which is a pilot project here in 23 counties in Northeast Iowa. This allows them to remain in the home that they have become comfortable in, remain in their surroundings. They can continue with school, they can continue with all their activities, and not have to be disrupted in order for their foster parents to have a break.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you for joining me. For those of you who are interested in becoming a volunteer for respite, you can email Nancy at magnall_ifapa@msn.com. Call her at 319-352-3600. You'll have to fill out an application if you're 19 years old and 20 to volunteer. 1 full year of commitment is mandatory. Training is in January and February. We'll be right back.
New data has been released showing that renewable resources account for nearly 50% of all new power plants last year.
Green energy is now the second largest generator of electricity after coal and is set to take the lead by 2030. This is a good sign of moving away from fossil fuels. Thank you for watching. Like our Facebook page and download the Night Vision app for more content.
Have a good day, Cedar Valley.